it going? This is Tuesday Brew with me, Mr. Tyler Solze, and Loki Amos. How's it going, Mark?
Good, mate. Good, mate.
And Olly, how's it going, Olly?
All right, guys. Good to be back.
Yeah, nice
Good
to
have
see
you
you.
back.
We've got, what's it called, Mark?
A Hold the Dark review.
Right, and then after that,
We have our normal trailers and what you've been up to.
okay, good intro. Let's go. Okay, mate. We just watched Hold the Dark.
Is it going to be like this for the whole thing, really quick? You hold dark. Yeah, it was right. Yeah, still alive. Right. What are you up to? Nah, fuck all.
Is it later than normal? This
No,
feels
not
later,
really.
doesn't it? We didn't go cinema this week because didn't come out of cinema, did it, Mark?
No, unfortunately.
So we all cuddled together around mine and watched it on Netflix.
Got quite warm, didn't it, at one point?
It's cosy.
All squeezed in together.
Yeah, we had to open
I
the doors.
still don't understand why we had to do it in our pants.
Yeah,
But, you know.
It's what I like. Right?
tradition. Right, who should I go to? Shall I do me first? Because I want
Yeah.
to ask you guys.
Go on. What do you think?
Right, I thought it was beautiful. I thought the acting was top of. Everyone was brilliant. Even the tiny little side characters were also brilliant.
Yeah.
This is.
What about the kid? Hold on.
Oh yeah, Ollie doesn't like the kid actors. Yeah, what was he? He had a few scenes. He
Yeah,
was
he didn't have
fine.
much.
Yeah.
Kind
I
of
was just about to say something spoilery then, but I won't. I knew what this film was going to be like.
Yeah. Is
Even
it-
though we didn't get anything from the trailer, and I tried to avoid any sort of spoilers. As soon as it started, I thought, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I've seen Blue Ruin.
Agree with him.
You know, it was similar. Well,
I
Blue Ruin is something different. That's a different animal, isn't it? But
Yeah, I think with these kind of films, with his kind of films, it's always going to be kind of similar, a revenge story.
well, I weren't expecting some big payoff all the way through.
Hmm.
I'm not going to spoil it too much. But little hints in this film for, it's going to have something that I'm not expecting.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'll talk about it in spoilers. But generally, I don't know. Not as good as Blue Ruin for me.
No, I don't think it's good as Blue Ruin. I agree with that. I enjoyed it. It's slow paced.
Mate, it is slow.
I think it's harder when
Oh.
it's slower when you're in a home environment,
Right?
because you kind of get cozy. You kind of sink into your chair, and we've got a cup of tea and a popcorn and a beer, and
Yeah, you
No.
said we don't have tea at cinema.
nah,
So this was... What,
it was
did
different.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, go on, Ollie. Just generally...
Yeah, I'm still trying to sort of figure out what kind of film it is. You start off thinking maybe it's going to be a man versus beast, hunting in the wilderness survival type thing. Then you think it's something maybe sort of supernatural going to go on, or you know what I mean, in terms of when the old lady's talking about the woman being possessed by the wolf or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it goes off, and you think it's going to be revenge, then you think it's just almost like, turns into shoot 'em up.
I thought it was going to be a bit culty,
Yeah, that's
with
that's
masks and stuff.
that's right.
I
That's
thought it-
Wicker Man type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hinted at different ways it was going to go.
Yeah.
And I thought... Well, at the start, I thought it's just going to be well realistic. Just a series of scenes and big performances, and then it just sort of leaves you.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was going to be. And then I thought, well, maybe we're going to have some payoff. Maybe it's going to have... These characters are going to have some sort of comeuppance. Or we're going to find out all this fucking weird shit
Yeah.
is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we're going to get some really weird...
That's
fucking
exactly
stuff.
where I was at with it as well, yeah.
But yeah, we won't say where it's gone yet.
It's
Jeremy Saulnier, mate.
I love him. I think he's I always rave about these guys who make these films. I just think their visions is top notch. The cinematography in this film was just great. I think it's beautiful. I just kept thinking I'd love to go there. A bit cold, but yeah, I'd love to go there. The cinematography was great. I kind of give you this kind of wide scope kind of look, and you felt like you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
Right, it would have worked better in cinema. I never normally
Yeah,
agree with
yeah.
you on going outside of my house.
I think, but the problem with this kind of film at cinema, no one would go and see it. I'm not saying. I think it's because you get a lot more kind of is it naive the right word to say? People who would be like, oh, it just looks like it's gonna be an arty film. I'm not gonna bother to see it.
Yeah,
I want to go
I
watch
always think
Predator.
the films you get at the cinema are films that people know what they are, and that's why they go.
Like spoon fed to you in a way.
But because in a way it's a commitment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're going to not only financially but also time wise.
Yeah.
Some people going to cinema, it's their one evening out of the week.
Yeah.
And if you're committing 30 quid plus if you're going for food or etc., and that time,
The cinema
and
was
you're going to see
expensive.
something, you want to know that you're going to roughly what you're going to get.
Yeah.
To some degree, you want some payback from that, and like you're not going to get that from the trailer in this film. You don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
So that
I
may.
like having no expectations.
Yeah, I tried like yourself. I tried not to look up anything or find out anything about the story.
Did you
to be
watch any of
honest.
the trailers before?
I started to. No, on purposely just
Yeah.
cut off. No, I want to come into this kind of just
Yeah,
open-minded.
I think even with the trailer, we watched the trailer, didn't we? We kind of
Yeah.
talked about it.
Didn't give us no story.
No, it didn't really give much. We just said, "Oh, it looks great." You know, even
Yeah.
from the beginning with the bison in the road, you know, it's just
Yeah.
a lot of naturalistic kind of feel to it. I like the fact that it's not big green screens and shit like
Yeah.
that, and you know, a lot of normal, natural light kind of feel to this. You know, and I think it helps knowing what films he's done before. You know, seeing Green Room and Blue Ruin, you know,
Yeah.
you kind of
Gives you a rough idea.
you
doesn't
get
it?
know what you're going to expect from him, what kind of style he's got, and what kind of actors he's going to bring in, you know, and the performances they're going to have, and that all his films are kind of slow paced, you know, throughout, and then you get these kind of little bits that happen throughout, and then usually at the end,
Yeah.
is what happens. But this is a little bit different. But yeah, so maybe for me it was easier to enjoy than maybe
So
someone.
you had
who
some expectations then from his
Yeah.
previous work. Okay. What else can we say before spoilers? Jeffrey Wright.
yeah,
That's
well,
what his name
Westworld,
is,
yeah,
Is that his name?
Yeah,
Jeffrey White.
Yeah. I love him in Westworld. I love him because he's great for this sort of film because it was proper slow,
yeah,
and he even talks slow, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
Mm.
And I loved it. I love.
He's weary a lot. I
that
think. I
weird
feel
is
like,
the perfect word to describe him. Yeah,
I mean, he's weary throughout Westworld, you know, and he's a
Yeah.
fucking robot, but, you know, they obviously designed him to be proper weary. Spoilers for Westworld Season 1. He was great in this. He was a wolf. He studied wolves, didn't he?
yeah,
Yes.
naturalist.
He's
Yeah.
a writer.
But he wasn't... I thought he was going to be like a hunter.
Yeah,
There's a certain point in the film, we'll talk about later, where I thought he was just going to take someone out because he's got this hunting ability, but he didn't. Which was probably for the better.
Yeah.
which I thought before the film. That I thought the same, and I thought I can't see him as that. You know, as a survival, you know, man be hunter type thing.
Yeah. I thought there's some action. There's some big action in this film.
But sometimes, sorry, go on.
No, go on, mate. Yeah.
All I was going to say was we get a lot of actors in films like Jeffrey Wright, right, who are all this kind of weary kind of character throughout, and all of a sudden they turn into this badass running around with a gun, a bit like what happened in Predator, you know, with the woman.
The
You know,
scientist, yeah.
so you kind of, it's great that you don't get that.
Yeah,
So I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because he would have been like that from the beginning, I think.
Yeah.
I kept thinking of the Jeremy.
Wind River.
Yeah, Wim River.
That's what I was going to get. So, yeah.
Because we knew what he was all the way through. He was a hunter. He was a badass, wasn't he?
He was a
had
tracker, wasn't he?
Yeah,
as
that's
well?
right. Yeah, yeah.
he
And
was
he
a tracker, right?
Yeah, he was taking
bit of
out,
both.
taking out
Sniper sort of
predators.
thing,
Wasn't he taking out
Yeah.
predators around people's homesteads?
Yeah.
But I think the similarities with Wind River as well for me was like also set in Alaska, is it?
I thought it was
Yeah.
just because it was Alaska, but it
And-
wasn't. It was more, wasn't it?
Yeah. Also, you know, the fact that it's like this film, lots of scenery, and the score is really understated, isn't it? And it's quite slow, and then suddenly there'd be a punch of violence or action that really sort of snaps you out of
Yeah.
what the sort of the zone you'd been put into, kind of thing.
But he's another director, that Taylor Sheridan, who, after watching things like,
Is that who directed Wind River?
he also wrote that as well as Sicario. So you kind of you kind of have this expectation for him. Same with Jeremy Saulnier. You know, you kind of expectation for his films.
Yeah, Sicario, a similar pace
Yeah.
again. I think this was turned right down the pace.
Yeah.
I mean, there were long scenes. There was fuck all dialogue really.
It's
First
I
act.
was gonna say it's written by Malcolm Blair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who showed up? And I
Yeah.
thought it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good acting, good performances.
I think, like you said earlier on, the acting was just outstanding. I thought from pretty much across the board.
Yeah.
Alexander Skarsgård, I thought was
so much better in this than when
Yeah.
he was in Mute.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think we disagreed on Mute because I thought he was alright. I think the story and script let him down. But we'll go into spoilers now. Spoilers from here. Very similar scene.
Yeah.
About a body found wrapped in plastic
Yeah.
in a cellar that we thought was missing. Do you know what I mean? That we thought was, that was a bit too similar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great in this. Shall we say that the mother, Jeffrey Wright's character, has written a book. He studies wolves. He's killed a wolf. He wrote a book about it. So the mum, who's lost her son to a wolf, these wolves took a few kids from the area.
2 kids previous to her kid. Yeah.
And
They never found him.
he comes. Part of the reason he comes is because his daughter's sort of estranged and she lives in Alaska, right?
So he kind of feels like he could go and see her as well.
Yeah, so he turns up at this woman's house. Her husband is in Fallujah, I think, fighting, who is Skarsgård. And the mum kills the son, right?
Oh, sorry, that's what I say about the mum killing the son. I
Did he know?
I don't know. I saw it as, obviously he's a bit mental, isn't he?
Yeah.
Skarsgård, and he's a dark.
I
think the war's fucked him.
I think she saw that in him.
Yeah.
And was trying to get that out of him in whatever way, in a fucked up way. Because when he took their son hunting, you see that clip back, he said, "I had that feel killing a deer."
Yeah.
And the son goes, "That's good."
Yeah.
What kid would say that about shooting? And you don't think it's to impress his dad because you don't see his face or anything like that. So there's no way of you seeing that the kid's lying. You just he found it. He enjoyed killing the animal. So for me,
I think there's a line where they've known each other forever since they was tiny
that's
kids.
it. Yeah.
And the parents, there's a line about the parents thought they were wrong'uns right from the start.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
So I think he was always going to kill this. She was always going to kill that kid to save. Was it like a sacrifice to protect him from the parents?
Yeah.
And both of them knew. I think he knew she was going to kill the son.
It's
before
like
he went to war.
she kind of even hinted it, like when she walked in naked that time and laid in the bed with Jeffrey Wright's character and placed his hand around her neck. You could see she's tearful and wanted him to strangle her. In a sense. I don't think it was even sexual.
No.
I
don't know if he was strangling her or whether she was trying to replace the Skarsgård, because when he throttles her at the end as well, doesn't he?
I think he was going to kill her.
Well,
right, that's why he had the kind of the mask is like a persona. Like he's covering his face. She moves a mask, so she sees his true self. Yeah, and then he kind of backs down.
I thought the strangling thing was like a ritual that they'd always done.
Yeah,
but the mask was freaky, wasn't it? But yeah, we talked about what we thought this film was going to be. I thought it was going to be a proper hunt. I thought that's what it would be at the end. I thought it'd be him in his mask with his awesome bow and arrow.
Okay,
skills.
yeah.
And
Jeffrey Wright.
I knew that cop was going to die. The cop and Jeffrey Wright were going to get him.
Yeah, sorry. So about the cop, I mean, I thought that scene in the kitchen where they're drinking whiskey and he starts talking about when this shit's over, I'm going to take my. I said, you cannot be setting them up. For, it's the cheesiest fucking setup for a death. It's like something out of parody. Oh, he's going to die, and then you think, oh no, it's okay, and then he does. Oh, come on, man.
It's a perfect way though, because let's give him this little family. He's just about to have a family. He's got a wife. She's pregnant. And not long he's going to be a daddy for the first time at 42. Yeah. Making you think he's not going to die. Well, he can't die because he's going to be a dad.
Should we talk about that massive action scene? Yeah. They go to Skarsgård's mate, who's been involved in this killing of the cops, and he doesn't come out of the house, does he? So the police sort of back off. There's a load of cop cars, and he goes up to his the window at the top of his house,
like an attic kind of style,
and he just unleashes this heavy duty machine gun and
floor mounted fucking beast.
I kept thinking of Heat. Do you remember Heat? That was quite slow paced, and then there was a huge. I mean, this went on for a long time. This shootout.
You kind of cut to you kind of hold your breath when it starts, and then you're like, oh, God, take another breath because it's still going. It's just violent. I love that. All right, not the violence like getting off on violence, but I mean the fact is it's slow paced, and then also it's like bang up, fuck man, and he does it a few times through this film.
It's a great scene because at the start, Jeffrey Wright's tracked the police down to talk to him about this old woman, and he gets their attention, and the cop turns around, and out of focus you see those windows. Sorry, the shutters open at the top of the house, and then those they should have fucking run. Those police should have run because there was no cover. Because this machine, I'm not into guns, but this thing could just shoot through doors,
bulletproof vests.
Yeah,
down through their vests. You saw that.
What a point. Yeah, they there's nothing these cops can
and
do.
they're just
is
popping
there?
up like ducks in the shooting gallery. Aren't they? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just going to see if it's clear. Bang.
That's what I mean about. That's why I was like the Wind River. You know, I don't give anything away, but the shootout scene there, you don't expect that to suddenly come out, and it just hits you, doesn't it? It suddenly wakes you up and brings you back in again. It's like, whoa.
I mean, that was amazing. That shootout, because there was literally no cover.
No.
And everyone was sort of aimed at everyone else.
Oh man, that was
that
a
was
little
tense.
bit, a little bit Tarantino-ish.
I'm going to just jump back.
Tarantino-ish.
No, I'll tell you what.
is now.
Yeah, I've entered a new word. Before I jump, I'm going to jump back in a sec, but I just want to say, like, you got these characters in the diner. When the first bloke gets shot through the face, it's really graphic.
Oh,
and
mate,
it kind of
what I
make
hate
you
is the second cop to die was a young cop, and he just goes, "Don't," and I hate that.
But then you got the bloke. He's like, "Look, you need to fire out the window so I can run around to the side of the house. Right? Keep unleashing all the ammunition, and then I can run." And he's like, "Done it." And then he sees his mate going. He's got like been shot in the hand or something. He's like, "Help me!" And he's like, turning into like a little Rambo style, like, "I'm gonna save his life."
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright's under the car. He's like,
he's like, you can see him.
What are you doing? Just stay behind this rock.
Is that the bit you're talking about? Where you thought he might grab a right?
I thought he was. I thought Jeffrey Wright would get a shotgun and take him out of one shot.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Yeah.
But that would have been a bit action filmy.
Yeah, and but I liked that. So he dragged him off because obviously Jeffrey Wright's character did get like a shotgun kind of thing.
Yeah.
Taking aim at him, and then his bullets ran out. He's pointing the gun at him, and he's like, "Stop!" And the bloke kind of hesitates.
Right, that happened before, didn't it? There's something about the character of Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to remember the first time it happened. He said stop, and he didn't shoot him, did he? The guy, this suicidal guy with a machine gun, he paused, and he didn't shoot Jeffrey Wright, did he? And that happened again.
After that or before that?
I can't remember now.
So for me, it's before that, when Skarsgård's just seen his son in the morgue, before he shoots the cops. He goes, "Hey, Wolfman," and then he shakes his hand. There's almost like there's a mutual recognition, like
a bit of respect,
because he's got a connection with wolves or something. I don't know if that's what it was.
I think it's because
he let him go, kind of thing. He gave him a free pass.
That's what they were addressing. I thought they did it a third time when the cop gets an arrow through his neck.
Yeah.
And also, he doesn't let him die. I mean,
I think even when he shot him in the springs, all right, I don't potentially think he tried to kill him. I think because that fucking shot that killed the cop was from miles away.
Yeah, not like 200 yards through the neck, and he's like,
and he went down through his neck, out his shoulder blades.
See, the through and through you talk about when he shoots Jeffrey Wright in the caves. Yeah, that was an amazing shot.
Yeah,
because
the one before that, the cop.
We're talking about when he killed the cop, when he come down through his neck and he come out shoulder blades.
I thought he meant to kill the cop.
Yes. Yeah, he meant to kill him, but we meant Jeffrey Wright when he's in the cave. He shot him to take him down.
Yeah, through and through.
It's like, I'm not going to kill you, as you say, mutual respect, and leaves him.
Well, it's something mutual respect, is he? Because Jeffrey Wright doesn't respect him, but he respected Jeffrey Wright in some way.
But he takes the arrowhead off and pulls it out for him, so he can drag his ass out.
It's a wolf thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is my problem with the film, is that it didn't.
The ending, right?
Yeah, it didn't and then so after he shoots the cops at the morgue, Skarsgård takes his son with his mate, and then they bury him.
Don't they?
They put him into a coffin, and then they put him under the snow. You think to bury them, but also the point you're thinking, well, he's not buried properly. But anyway,
they buried him overground.
Yeah, overground. That's right. And then at the end of the film, him and his wife come back and collect the coffin, and you see them dragging it off.
And the wolves are sort of running with him.
Yeah.
But then I thought that Jeffrey Wright had this whole healing scene, so I thought he was going to get back on his feet and go and
or learn something from all the Native Americans that were there that were talking about the whole spiritual thing in the first place. You got nothing from that.
I mean, he saw his daughter in the end.
Who was the woman? The white woman in the
white hair.
Yeah, I thought that might be Skarsgård's mum or something.
Well, it was quite symbolic how she took those boots.
Yeah,
he was wearing Skarsgård's boots the whole film. Wasn't he?
So that's what I thought. That might be her, and then that might be his whole connection, or their pair of them's connection to the whole.
Yeah.
Didn't I notice
spiritual thing?
Once he got shot, Jeffrey Wright's character, and he's bleeding out a little bit, and he's dragging his ass, and the wolves are all there.
Yeah.
And then it's I felt like it was a double play on words, in a sense, like when he gets rescued and the boy turns around. I
thought he said she spared you.
They spared you.
Yeah.
They spared you. So,
I thought he said. He scared you. Right, no, it makes much more sense.
He scared you.
I thought he said she. She spared you.
I thought he said they spared you, alright, in the sense of the wolf spared you, or was it the
Yeah, no, it's both.
Yeah, so
But
it's kind of like
I
this
think they
joint
are
thing.
wolves.
Yeah,
But these
because they wear
two
the mask, don't
humans-
they, all the time?
Yeah.
So it's got to be some spiritual ritual kind of thing.
I just
they have.
remember he's spared. But he goes and hunts the wolf well out early in the film. He comes across this pack of cannibalising,
Right, yeah.
and he falls down, and those wolves leave him alone.
Yeah.
And then it happened again when this guy with the big shooter, the machine gun, he got left alone again.
Yeah.
And then so he was spared throughout the film. Jeffrey Wright, wasn't it? That was the bit I was trying to think of. But this was a good film. But at the end, I needed something more.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting it.
Yeah.
It was a bit art housey the way it just ended.
So they've got everyone's dead. Except
Nothing was explained, so you take what you want.
That's
from
the
film.
problem. Yeah, I don't like. Okay, fine. I like things wrapped up neatly. I can take them being a little bit left open, but this was just it gave you too many possibilities and didn't shut any of them out. That's the most annoying thing.
So that's why I asked you both what that last line was. Right at the end, he wakes up in hospital, Jeffrey Wright, and his estranged daughter is there. And what does he say? And what does she say?
She says, "What happened?" And he says, "I'll tell you."
Yeah.
Right.
But
that didn't really give me nothing either.
No, it's kind of just. I think it's like.
I thought that was I missed something there, and that was like a huge
and also,
line.
what were they dragging the coffin away for? The parents. Why were they taking the boy's body?
Maybe
to go and bury him properly.
Maybe.
It was very ritualistic. They marked the coffin with his blood, didn't they?
Yeah. So then I thought it was going to come back and they were going to bring him back to life or something. Again, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I think this is what
know.
it's supposed to do. I kind of make it makes you think. Is he going to do
I
that?
thought
Yeah,
so.
but I don't need
do
that. I don't need to be thinking. Just tell me. Just
No,
fucking
I've
tell
seen
me.
so many films where that you don't get nothing and you have to take your own. I know it's fine, but this film hinted, like with the action, it hinted with the magic stuff that we were going to get some sort of explanation, and we didn't get.
Yes,
nothing.
I feel a little bit cheated in that respect, but it gave me enough in other aspects to sort of let it slide, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think it's hard for us because I like art housey films because you're never going to understand all the characters, right? This didn't play as an art housey film,
No.
so things like Wind River, you know the characters and you get their whole arc.
Yeah.
This is like you start to get an arc and it's setting stuff up and then it just leaves
Cuts
you
you off, yeah.
And we'll probably listen to reviews after this and it'll be like, oh yeah, they've explained why that happened.
Yeah.
Why that, but I didn't get any of it really.
No.
No, I can't. I don't think. Yeah.
I think a lot of it
missed anything.
is definitely you're going to have to take away what you think. Or come up with your own explanation.
Yeah, well my thing is that they at
Is
least
it like
think
leave
they're
nature,
wolf,
you know? Because
they're two wolf spirits,
Yeah.
a couple, and they've taken their son and they.
But did you notice as well? They said earlier, like a couple of things kind of hinted back because obviously she killed her child.
Yeah.
But earlier on, Jeffrey Wright was talking about how the wolves killed their own pups to survive.
Yeah.
You know, it's like little hints throughout here and there, which
I think that was a big.
If you think about it,
That was a big parallel, and I think they made it pretty obvious, didn't you? They sometimes have to sacrifice one to keep the pack stronger.
yeah. So maybe it's to keep because they said they've been together since they don't know each other out of any of their memories. Them two have been together since they're kids.
Well, I think they're related.
So, yeah.
There's a line that the old Indian hunter, the old cowboy guy in the cave, everyone gets killed in this, right? Skarsgård just takes everyone.
Yeah.
Who I thought he might survive. He says, yeah, your dad came up here for some sort of cure for you.
He said, "John."
And you look Nordic. Skarsgård's obviously,
Yeah.
and she's blonde. And I thought, well, maybe they're brother and sister.
Yeah, and he said, "Yeah, there's something about you. It's unnatural." Is what you used the word,
so
isn't it?
imagine a dad coming with had these two fucking nuts kids,
Yeah.
and he came up there for some sort of cure, not wolfsbane, but some sort of.
Yeah, they had to have some sort of and then that would make then that woman could possibly be their mum
Yeah,
for both of them.
But then I did
I
get.
don't know. Who knows?
Don't get me wrong. I understand his act of vengeance throughout most of this film. Apart from like that guy, kind of like, did you really need to kill
Tracker
him?
guy.
I just thought of something. Ollie mentioned why they dig up that son.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to go off into the wilderness and eat that kid to survive?
Oh God!
That is.
Because
Holy shit! It's like so they basically preserved
they
him.
put him in ice. Yeah, they kept him
Oh shit,
the
man!
body cool, and that's why he took the body from the morgue, and that's why they went back for him, and they're going to take him off and
Yeah,
eat
because
him.
it's like you think about what
Oh
he's
my
saying.
God.
Because there was a lot of cannibalism in it.
It's natural order. Early on he was talking about
So
natural
packs
order.
of
But
wolves, if there's an imbalance in their surroundings, stress or something,
Yeah.
or they need to lack of food, they'll eat pups.
so
to
maybe
survive.
there was a problem in his thinking. Maybe
So it was all,
she needed to do that to get him back from the war.
But and it also,
'Cause,
yeah, and also it doesn't address the fact that the previous two kids that were missing, did they genuinely go missing from Wolves.
Oh God, yeah.
Because he mentions this to his mate, doesn't he? After they come back from the war, sorry about your daughter.
Yeah.
And that they couldn't. There was no body.
There was
for you to
no
bring
body.
Back. And he's like, it's nothing to do with that, and you know it. Something like that. So
this is going to be not a rewatch, maybe, but we're going to
I don't think I can watch it again.
On. Nah.
But yeah, I didn't think about that. That's pretty bleak.
Because maybe it's just all about survival.
I'm hoping it comes out on Blu-ray because I need it for my collection. So I don't know.
I'm not sure anyone's going to really want to go and watch this after this review.
Yeah. No, it's. I just want to go back to the war bit. You know, it kind of showed it. Yeah. But like,
it's a fucking desert.
Yeah.
But also, Alaska is kind of a desert. It's just cold.
Yeah, but it's the scene where.
Oh yeah.
He sees that brilliant. There's a US Army bloke raping a villager of
Iraqi woman. Home.
And he creeps in. He puts his flag down. You know, and I thought personally, I just thought he's not going to kill him because he's one of his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what a way to kill him, you know. It's just under the armpit.
Well, he didn't kill him. He left him alive. I mean, he did it in such a way.
He would have died,
incapacitated, didn't he, basically?
It was for her. He gave her the knife to finish him off. And that's why he stripped that gun on the way out.
Yeah.
So he couldn't fight back.
Yeah, that was pretty powerful, I thought.
So it was such a...
And the way he just walks out.
Absolutely expressionless, wasn't it? Skarsgård, he went in, he took out, obviously, his fellow soldier.
Yeah.
I think it was like through the ribs, a couple of stabs, wasn't
it? I think I've seen it about 4 or 5 times. I think if he left him, he would have killed her. But it's kind of like, now you have your piece, you know.
Yeah, you kill him.
I've got him off you. I've, you know.
Yeah, no, it's quite powerful, and it was sort of swift and brutal, and you think, fuck yeah, he deserved it, you know, and it was like.
But then would there have been consequences with the army because of that
for him?
If they knew he did it.
Yeah, I think because it could prove that, and they wouldn't have been able to prove. They wouldn't have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
what was quite lucky was that there was a firefight after that. Immediately after that, he hadn't even finished.
That made you jump a little bit.
And the blood gushes from his neck, and you're thinking, well, he's got a good explanation of where all that blood's come from on his hands.
Yeah.
So he obviously got away with that. But then I'm thinking, he killed them other kids, or one of them did, because the scene with his boy. Oh, Dad, you kill people? My teacher said you shouldn't kill people.
Yeah.
He's been killing people his whole life. This couple, Skarsgård and his wife, and that's pretty why he goes to war, to kill more people. There's a bit in it where they take out this truck with a massive gun.
Whilst he's in the army.
Yeah. And they sort of celebrate it, and his fellow soldier walks in front of the gun to sort of take a few selfies, and he's standing behind this gun, and I thought he was going to kill his fellow.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
No, I didn't. We didn't
know it was
did it cross your mind because you don't see his face, do you? He's got his scarf on his helmet and his mirrored goggles, and it's just faceless. So it's almost like a mask again.
Yep, and
so
that line, wasn't it? Have you worn a mask before? Remember the old cowboy guy?
That's right. Yeah.
Have you worn a mask before? And he has in Fallujah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much now.
Yeah,
I think I'm getting more out of this review than I did the actual film.
Yeah. It's
I think it's about survival. That's my final thought.
But like he also said, like the bloke who shot all the police in the massacre scene, he turned around and said, you know, in next year there'll be no one here.
This will be a ghost town.
Yeah, it's like they're kind of planning it. I don't know.
He did a lot of that sort of predicting the future thing. He said, "Well, we're going to get a call."
I thought he was brilliant. That guy, I really liked him.
Yeah.
I think there's something about sort of Native American actors. They've got. I'm not generalising, but I'm thinking of Wind River as well, which is based in that, and there's a real sort of solemnness or gravity to when I'm thinking two main guys in both those films.
Yeah.
I'm generalising a little bit, but there's you really focus on what they're saying. There's a real sort of weight to their words.
They're really old souls.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Yeah,
I got it a bit in what's the film I'm thinking of? It's fucking gone. It's terrible. I think of a film and then I listen to the rest of my little sentences and it just drifts away. So I should do this podcast on my own.
Yeah, and we just add in between when we can. Yeah.
I think it's about survival. I think they've been eating people. I don't know.
Go on.
No, I'll do survival.
I think it's kind of human sacrifice to balance, like the wolf's balancing.
Yeah, like balance.
Balance and order.
Not cutting you off, but I think it starts off as grief. You think it's grief. You think all these actions are out of grief because fucking hell, what would you do if your kid died, sort of thing. All of them characters. But then I think it's about survival.
I think the whole thing is kind of like this. Everything's done for a reason, but
So they're like surgically just doing everything they were meant to do. Yeah.
Because did you also get... Sorry, before you get to say I just want to say one thing. Like when the cops said, we came here and helped you, you know, we put toilets in. He's like, oh, we should thank you for putting toilets to shit in our own house. You know, it's part of it feels like they didn't want none of that. They were happy on their own.
Yeah.
And people come from outsiders come in and try to get involved. But when kids did start going missing, they didn't want really help. You know, so they're kind of like, we don't want nothing to do with you. You know, it's kind of like, get away from us.
They've almost built that there to keep them out of the way.
Yeah.
Effectively.
So killing them all is kind of like restoring the natural balance and order they had before.
So balance.
Yeah.
That's your key word.
Yeah, right, balance.
No, yeah, I think you two kind of sort of nailed it there, really. For me, I guess for me, it was those two against the world kind of thing. The two parents, and they... Obviously, they've been together all their life, so we don't know how, in what context, whether it's family or friends that turned into more or whatever, and then they've separated, still both messed up, and then they come back together again. Yeah, and whatever stood in their way, they didn't matter. They took it out.
Yeah, I thought what we thought was grief was actually it was all meticulously just for them to survive. Yeah, Ollie, you're stroking my cat. I thought you hated cats.
Well,
you coming around?
No, I'm not a big fan still. They just seem to be attracted to me to wind me up.
Wasn't he was going for your cup of tea or something in the film?
Yep.
So I thought you were beckoning him down. I was thinking, he doesn't like cats. You actually telling him to fuck off, get away from
basically saying, piss off.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do a thumbs up just because I thought it was a good film. And it was only the end where I was disappointed. But then thinking back, I'm getting a lot more out of this film than I thought I did.
I think that's the kind of thing. You start talking about it, you start thinking about more.
Yeah, I do not like this film as much as Blue Ruin or Green Room.
Nah.
So yeah, one thumbs up from me.
I think I'm going to do the same. One thumbs up. I enjoy.
I mean, you watch films differently than us because I look at scenes. I'm thinking, Mark's looking at that lighting. Mark's looking at this framing.
The problem is, do you know what? Ever since I went to the film school, I look at it now and thinking, how did they do that? And I don't want to be sitting and thinking about all that all the time, right? But you do. You kind of see some of these really nice scenes. You're like, that was really cool.
Do you watch? I never watch the bonus footage on films. Like you see behind the scenes and how they make it. I don't want to see any of that shit. Do you watch?
I do sometimes. Not all of them. Obviously, that means I'd watch so many more hours of fucking shit. I don't need to.
It depends on the film. I love animatronics and I love some CGI. So yeah, I know why it ruins films for you, but I do quite like watching some of that.
So when you see certain scenes, you're kind of like, I'd love to see how that was done.
You like Gravity?
Yeah.
I mean that's a good film, but I loved watching all that how he did it.
It's like when you see Mad Max behind the scenes of that. It's just fucking mental.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it takes the magic a bit away from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing thumbs up, me and you.
Yeah, I'm definitely thumbs up.
I'm the same. Yeah, one thumbs up. I think just purely scenery is beautiful. I liked. It's quite intense when you've got the. I don't know what you'd say the kind of music or the score was behind. It's very sort of slightly electronic, wasn't it? Just sound. Rather, it wasn't a particularly musical score, was it? Do you know what I mean? It was just.
You don't remember any themes from it?
No, it's just like an ambience. It adds to it, and then
it's always in the background. There's a beautiful scene where they fly a plane, and the music in that is. Yeah, you're right. It's not really music. It was good though. But
it just adds to the atmosphere, sort of the loneliness of the vastness maybe of sort of Alaska, and the acting was wicked. So I would like the same as you. Would like to have got a bit more clarity, but then again discussing it now, you're getting these options from it. So I guess that was the point.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a bit more from it now than I did when we watched it.
That director, he'll get interviewed and he'll say, "Well, what do you think?" It's like one of those sit-down sessions. What did you take away from the film?
But this what I think makes more of an interesting conversation. They've all got different ideas of what's happened, and you start thinking back. Because when you're watching a film like this, you're not really thinking of all the little bits. You're trying to figure out what's going to happen. Yeah. So you're kind of trying to break it down, but you're not getting anywhere because it's so slow paced. You're trying to think, what's going to happen next?
You recommend it though, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think people will be disappointed by this when they read? Because it's not what I imagined it to be. When you read the synopsis and stuff.
We're out of spoilers now, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people not unlike me. I think people would be really disappointed. There's a few people that'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Have you seen his other films?
Yeah. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, so it's different.
I think people, Jerry Netflix, you're chilling at home, you pop it on. I think this is for some people this will be a slog, and I think they'll give up.
This film just ends, and a lot of people are going to be like,
Oh.
"What?
But-
What a waste of time."
But for those, maybe the action scenes will sort of make up for that. I don't know. But yeah, I think
I don't think my missus would watch this.
yeah.
I think she'd be like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, she you know.
I thought there'd be cleverer bits in it. There's a bit in Green Room where she comes out of the sofa. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I thought that's great.
Yeah.
So I was expecting some sort of clever writing of like an action scene.
Yeah.
I thought Jeffrey Wright would pull it out of the bag and do some sort of. Anyway, I can't really talk
He
about
gets
that.
shot in the face and you find out he's a robot.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. Yeah.
Connects it
And
to
he's
Whatcha.
actually 30 years in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. One thumbs up from all of us. Anything else to say?
No, I enjoyed
Go
it.
with
Check
some-
it out.
Go with
Definitely
some
check it out.
trailers.
Let's do it.
Indeed.
Yeah, check it out. Okay, guys, trailers. We've got one each again this week. Mark's very excited because it's Creed 2. Your favourite film of all time is Rocky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll start with Olly, though, who's read all the Harry Potter books, right?
Yeah.
You've seen all the Harry Potter films?
Yes.
You own a cape and a wand? And
I have. Yeah, my house is basically Hogwarts. Yeah, I remember reading it. No. No. Yeah, I have read the books. Have seen the films. Yeah.
So
Kids all dress up every day.
we got a trailer for, the new one.
Fantastic
Have you
Beasts.
seen Fantastic Beasts, the first one?
Yes.
So you have literally seen all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think of this trailer?
Lovely little Eddie Redmayne. Yeah.
Stephen Hawkins.
Yeah.
That's
Mate,
all I
it's
ever
like
see
he's-
now.
It sounds mean, but this character's kind of like his motor neuron disease, his early stages.
Yeah.
He's got a weird expression in this film. So it's your trailer.
Yeah. No, I think they're good.
Yeah.
The effects look pretty wicked. There's like some
Amazing.
cool stuff in there, and I think regardless of whatever else goes on in the film, you're going to see some cool stuff, and it's going to entertain you. So, like you were saying when we were watching it, though, you've had enough of Johnny Depp. I'm kind of with you on that. The same sort of eccentric characters. It's
yeah,
like
it's got
he
enough-
needs to go away for a bit, and I don't know, come back and do something dark,
Yeah.
something completely different.
He doesn't need to be a character actor. He doesn't have to dress up. Or,
No, just needs to go back and just do
Mate,
something pretty raw.
It's not the character acting. It's the overacting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is nothing to he's been accused of abuse and all that. It's nothing to do with that. I can't take him seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to sort of get back to what he was doing before.
But maybe
I
this
suppose,
will be it. Maybe he'll be.
I think
Maybe.
this suck.
No.
They'll suck.
You think he's going to start?
I look at this trailer and I think, ugh, right.
Are you a Harry Potter fan?
I liked Harry Potter, and that's where I think they've gone wrong with this. They're not kids anymore. It's all grown adults running around doing what kids. That's what was good about the Harry Potter films for me.
But there's kids in the adult world, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they've done a lot of the kind of magical stuff was for kids and younger audience.
That's
and
what
I feel
annoyed
like-
me about Harry Potter was the kids.
Yeah. Sorry, he hates kids. Doesn't he?
No, I just,
It's gross though.
I just look at it and think there'll be some, as you say, there'll be some amazing
But mate,
CGI
don't
and
you
stuff.
think these films are for the people who have grown up?
Yeah,
with the Harry Potters.
Lou doesn't like Eddie Redmayne. No,
Right.
so she watch it, I think, but I'd watch it, but I won't buy it.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know?
no, I think it'd be definitely worth a watch. I think it's
David
going to be
Yates
entertaining.
I think there's just too.
Yeah.
There's, not only Johnny Depp, but Eddie Redmayne himself, just irritating,
Yeah, he is.
and I think that's hard to
Bit
watch. It's going to be
irritating,
2
his
hours
little-
long, easy.
Okay.
English
yeah,
fop.
I noticed. I don't know a lot about Harry Potter. All I know is there's a big fucking snake in most of them. Big boa constrictor. Which, do you know the name of it already?
Nagani.
It was a part of. It was a Horcrux, right?
Yeah, that's
To
right.
kill it. But it's a woman. That's
I think that's just something. I think that was a circus trick,
Yeah,
a magic trick. Yeah, that wasn't. I don't think there's anything related to
Okay.
the what's his name, Voldemort. He wasn't even alive in this at that point.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
don't you
right.
ever feel like with these films though that they're just trying to hold on what they've done with Harry Potter?
Oh, definitely, of course it is.
You know, it's like
I quite like the new spin. I like my music. The theme to this is the Harry Potter theme, but the pacing and I think it's in a different key.
Yeah.
I quite like that. But
I think it's good. Why not? People weren't ready for it to finish, and I
Yeah.
think they've reinvented it quite well. And then, but I don't know how far. I'm sure when they signed up to start all these, they were talking about 4 or 5, weren't
mate,
they?
I think it's more.
Is it?
I think there's 7
Oh shit!
Beast films. I think.
I don't know. There's that much prehistory because now we're up to like Grindelwald, and I think in the books, him and Dumbledore fight, and Dumbledore kills him, and then That's the back history of the books.
So I don't need to watch this film now.
How much? What?
I don't need to watch this film now.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that.
No, it's probably a good thing.
Well, imagine what I'm saying. If there's 7 more movies set in this pre-Harry Potter days, then fuck me.
Do you think they could join it
in
into
it for like another 3 or 4 films?
I'll watch it because I always say one of my favourite films is that third Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's great, yeah.
I love that film. But yeah, even if this story's rubbish, every scene looks amazing. Like the escape, the Johnny Depp escape from that flying
stagecoach.
It's amazing. But mate, go on.
I'll just say, with the Harry Potter films, they started off young, and they kind of got darker and darker and darker until the end, And I just felt...
I hated those 2 last films, how they stretched it out.
What I thought was good about the Harry Potter, what I was trying to say earlier, because it's obviously in this... the books were written for children to start with, I thought, by the time you got to the 4th one or 3rd one, it kind of picked up a bit and it was easier, it's darker, a bit more adultish in there. I feel like you had this kind of bringing up. I feel like now they kind of started again.
Yeah.
So people who grown up with it, like you're saying, I think can enjoy those. But now it feels like they've just started all again, and I think it's more for younger. Like, not for me anyway. I don't think it's for me, this film.
Okay.
So no, I'm sorry.
What you're saying is you can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay.
I don't like that, because obviously it's good that you guys are looking forward to seeing it.
I think I'm not.
You took a while explaining your.
No,
I still don't know what you're saying.
I don't know.
I'm not going to rush the cinema to see it. What I'm saying is, I think even if you're not that into it, you'll be entertained. I think, with the effects.
Olly, you got a 5. Well, you got a 6, 7-year-old.
No, I've got a nearly 9-year-old and a nearly 5-year-old. That's
I'm
right.
terrible.
It's okay.
Yeah. Have they watched Harry Potter?
They like it. They haven't watched the darker ones. They've watched Azkaban. They haven't watched the last. I don't think they've watched the last couple.
But would they? They wouldn't be able to go see cinema. This would be what, 12?
12.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think they've seen. They haven't seen the first Fantastic Beasts because that was a little bit. Was it with Ezra Miller? Was his little demon thing that he
bowl
was?
haircut?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He turned up in this. Yeah. He's dead, right?
Did he?
I thought he died.
I think he just couldn't control his power.
Oh, I assumed he died. So yeah, the Flash is back.
I think. Look, I know I'm hating on it a little bit. All right.
Yeah.
And maybe I shouldn't.
That's fine.
It's maybe because of the characters. I don't like Eddie Redmayne and I don't like Johnny Depp.
You don't have to like him, Mark. It's okay. All right.
I see his face and he just looks really upset with me.
Well, we both hate Rocky and all that Creed shit.
Yeah,
so
fuck you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
We and Olly want to see that Harry Potter film. But yeah, Creed 2, what do you think?
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
It's never going to be Rocky for me, but it's something that I can really enjoy, and it kind of brings back all those Rocky memories for me.
Yeah.
You kind of look at things, and it's even the music's kind of in there, but it's changed.
Again, didn't they? They did. It's another cool rap. They got great rap songs.
Yeah. DMX is going to have a new comeback career from this.
But yeah, the main theme came back for a bit.
Yeah.
I think it's when Ivan Draco looked at Rocky.
Yeah, it's kind of like, they still got that fucking.
These aren't cheesy. The 2 latest. The Rocky Balboa was good, and the Creed #1.
Yeah.
They took all the best of the previous Rocky films, which had a lot of shit in.
Yeah.
And they put it into these storylines. I like it. He's following the same storyline as his dad, basically.
Yeah.
Don't do this fight. You can't win. I know I'm going to do it.
I don't think I ever thought of when he said, "Your dad died right here." I said, he didn't die in the streets.
I thought that your dad died right here in my hands.
No,
he didn't. He died in that ring. In that casino, right?
And he was wearing that white hoodie.
Yeah. You like look at this, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's. I think what they've done well with this is kind of keep similarities to the original films. Like his dad dying to getting killed. In the 4th one, he's fighting his son. Matt.
You think it's going to be cheesy? Because his son's going to fight his son.
Yeah.
Remember the #2?
And like someone said, you don't just say you're doing this for your dad, because you're not. You're doing it for yourself. It's kind of
they've done it in a non-cheesy way.
Yeah, and I think they do good.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Olly, what do you reckon?
Yeah. I really liked Creed. I liked it more than I thought I would actually. It was pretty, like you said. There was no cheesiness in it. I really like Michael B. Jordan.
He's gorgeous.
I think
he's so gorgeous, that man.
He looks like
he's alright, yeah. I liked him. He was in Friday Night Lights, the last series of that, which I loved that series.
As a football player,
I've never seen that.
Quarterback, yeah, I love it. It's brilliant,
cool.
brilliant. So he was cool in that, and then I didn't see him do much from after that.
Have you seen him in Fruitvale Station?
In what?
Fruitvale Station.
No,
that's really good.
Is it?
It's directed by the original bloke done Creed.
Oh, okay. I'll check that one out.
Ryan Coogler.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
It's definitely worth checking out.
But yeah, I think this looks. I'm a bit sceptical about it because of the cheesiness element of Drago and Drago's
Well,
son. But I'm gonna sort of try and hold my cynicism back.
Every line Sylvester Stallone was a little bit cheesy, but you can't get really much from a trailer.
I think the problem is with Rocky, he always had lots of cheesy lines and inspirational quotes that he'd always throw off at people.
And I feel like now, is there any jeopardy, real jeopardy? Now you see that he's got his wife and he's got a kid. I don't think he could die in this film.
I think I watched.
There's always a risk of never boxing again. I think that's the ultimate terrible thing that might happen.
Do you remember the first trailer? He's in hospital after being beaten badly. Do you think he gets beaten badly? A bit like number 3 where he fights.
Well, Rocky loses
fucking
his sight,
Clubber Lang.
Right.
When he's so he ends up getting a bit like that where he loses the first fight and then comes back to win.
Oh, what, are they have a rematch?
Yeah.
I don't
do you think they're going to do this a kind of fight and then loses and he has to do it again because he feels like he could have beaten him but he didn't, so he does it again and fights and this time he wins? It's kind of putting two storylines.
I'd like to see something different, something new. But yeah, definitely, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Because you look back at Rocky. Rocky's one of my favourite films. It's a great film.
Yeah.
Sequels didn't really do a lot for me. I know that's going to upset Mark. Don't cry.
1, 2, and 4, and 3. See, all them 4 are great. I love all of them. Rocky 1's my favourite.
But you look back at Rocky, and the fight scenes are shit compared to this. I mean, that's what I love about these films. Is camera work.
Well, it's Tony Bellew, wasn't it, in the first film in Creed? Who's a professional fighter.
Yeah.
He's I don't know what wank he is now, but he's beat David Hay and everything.
Was that the Irish bloke? Is he Irish? Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool. Yeah, sorry. So there's they obviously had a good pedigree to sort of go from there.
Mate, don't ask me to pronounce his name, but the Draco's son in this is also a professional.
Oh, is he?
Fighter. Yeah, he's done well.
He's a beast.
He's massive. Yeah. We'll see this.
Yeah, I'll definitely see this.
Third trailer. Should we go to that?
Yep.
Yeah. Dark Phoenix, X-Men Dark Phoenix, which they've had a slump, haven't they? I think Days of Futures Past was really well done because it's a hard comic book to do. The not Apocalypse. What's it called?
Dark Phoenix.
No, the latest. The
had Apocalypse in it.
Yeah.
Is that what's it called? X-Men Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think so.
It's got the purple man that looks like so many different villains.
Well, he's
Mr. Ooze.
Yeah. It's Oscar Isaacs, wasn't it? Who's way too small to be playing that role. They had a bit of a slump with that. People didn't like it. So, Dark Phoenix. It looks good. It looks like a lot of the. It looks a bit like X-Men Last Stand. Some of those.
I don't know what the fuck was going on, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I'm a bit confused.
Do you remember Last Stand?
Yeah.
It's all about the Dark Phoenix persona coming through.
Yeah, because at the end you kind of see this kind of phoenix flying over the water. Was that the same film?
Yeah, do you remember?
Yeah, at the end, they're on a jet.
Which I didn't like because at least they're doing the original comic book where it's space and it's awoken by cosmic rays.
Yeah.
So I think that would be good. What a little bit disappointed in the trailer. There's way too much Charles Xavier because the original comic was brilliant. Read it.
I've never read it.
It's fucking old, but it's good. And it weren't really nothing to do with Charles Xavier. It was all about his sort of failures in this trailer, and it ends up being his fault. And it was the same with The Last Stand. It was he contained this power, and it was his fault. I don't know, but it's going to have a lot of, obviously because they're the main characters, Magneto and James McAvoy.
I was quite surprised this is actually coming out.
Really?
Yeah, because with Disney trying to buy Fox.
Yeah, I mean they started way before that.
Yeah, but they started making it, but there was news coming out that there's a potential chance that Disney were going to just buy it and bin it because they
start again.
Yeah, because they want to obviously be into their Marvel universe.
Yeah,
and bring them in. And I think I actually would really like to see what Marvel could do with X-Men because I think
I was just saying
great.
To Olly, I think they're going to merge them together.
Yeah.
If they do a Secret Wars, it is the perfect comic book to just bring these two universes together. It'd be hard to do, but
what would you keep all the original cast?
Yeah, well, they're kind of not original, are they? The original ones were from X-Men and X-Men 2.
Oh yeah, true.
So these are new. Even you said Halle Berry's looking good.
Yeah,
it's a new Halle Berry.
Yeah, okay.
That annoyed me. She had an umbrella in this trailer. Why the fuck would
Who
Storm?
did? Did she?
Yeah,
she's got an umbrella.
Is
That's
that
a piss
sad?
take. It's got to be a piss take, surely.
Is that a proper? Am I being too?
No, you're right, but maybe they must have done that on purpose as like a little like.
Yeah. For people like me, like, well,
egg.
she shouldn't have an umbrella. She
And then
can
you go,
control it.
oh yes, she doesn't need one.
Yeah.
She controls the weather.
I think it looks good, but it could be shit.
Yeah,
There
there's some
could be
really
shit,
good
couldn't it?
bits in it, but I just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Because maybe because I was reading people talking about this. Obviously, I didn't see it
That's
until.
not allowed, Mark.
Yeah, no, I listened to what people say, but I
do
didn't
people
watch
say?
the trailer. Some people going, I'm really hyped, I'm looking forward to this. Other people saying they're kind of trying to follow the storyline of the comics,
Yeah.
but if you really want to follow the line of the comics, she
Maybe-
destroys planets and stuff.
It's
and,
impossible, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
so, but I understand them have to change it about a bit. I always find X-Men films hit and miss.
Yeah.
One you could really enjoy
Yeah.
one, the next one you fucking hate the next one. You know, it's
I think it's hard since the Deadpools, which proper take the piss out of themselves. Trying to do a serious one is harder.
I liked, was it First Class? X-Men First Class. I
Yeah,
enjoyed.
that was great.
I love Fassbender as
Yeah.
Magneto. I
Yeah.
think he's brilliant.
He
He's
had
a
a
great
really
actor,
mixed
isn't he?
accent in that film, I remember. So I
What,
don't
switching
know.
between Irish and
Yeah, I don't know what it
and
was
things, yeah.
because he's from Poland, right? That's how it is in the World War II.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
yeah, I liked it. I don't like that. There's too much Xavier for me.
Do you think you need another trailer to find out what's going on?
Yeah,
No, I think you see less.
I don't need one, but to find out what's going on, I'd have to see another one.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, I'll wait for the film. Yeah, what was I going to say? Fucking Mystique. She's a baddie. She always has been.
Yeah.
Why'd they consistently make her the hero of these films? Just because of Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah,
Why?
maybe
Yeah,
she's like, I want to be a hero, maybe.
I feel sorry
I-
for old Sansa Stark. I said before, didn't I? Because even the thumbnail of this trailer, it's just fucking Jennifer Lawrence.
yeah. Well, she's the big star, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's the one at the top of the top
But it's
of the
like-
heap at the moment. Maybe after this one, it'd be the other way around.
Yeah.
Because you know what I was saying just a minute ago about there was chances they were going to have been this because they was going to have been that horror superhero film, weren't they?
They put that back like a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no, not Sansa. What's the younger Stark sister called? Arya Stark.
Yeah.
Maisie.
Yeah,
something.
Maisie.
But they were talking about that, saying they might have fucking
That's been pushed back way
yeah.
like a year, isn't it?
So there was loads of talk about it. So even when I
But
saw the
this is
trailer,
definitely coming out, right?
yeah, it's got to now.
Yeah.
Even if Fox, as you say, even if Disney buy them and want to merge it,
Yeah.
they will and just start fresh from whatever they do next.
Mate, I thought I'd missold Hugh Jackman. This is probably the first X-Men trailer he's never been in. I didn't.
Would you think they might be a grave of his or something, or a little claw pop up?
I don't know. Well, I've been reading The Hunt for Wolverine, so I don't think they're going to do that till later.
No.
Yeah, I like this. I'm going to go see this film. I'm going to go see all these films.
Yeah, definitely.
Mark's going to see all of them apart from Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah. No, I'll probably see it
Okay.
with the wife or you guys.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, I'm like, fuck off, you walking like you're all fucking formed. Yeah, but what you were saying earlier, when I said he reminds me of Stephen Hawking, and it's the way you're talking,
Did
and
you
the
see
way he's
the theory of
leaning
everything?
over, yeah,
Yeah.
and the way he leans over a little bit when he's doing certain magical tricks, whatever the fuck you call it. You know, I'm not a massive magician fan anyway,
Right. Well, Paul Daniels, he was alright.
yeah. But I love the Magic Order comics. It's weird.
Okay. Yeah, mate.
Well, it's maybe they're dark though, aren't they? They're
Okay,
proper
anyway,
dark.
trailers. We're going to see these films. Check out the trailers back in a bit. Do you need another drink? Should we go straight into
No, I
what
don't
you've
need
been up
another drink. Let's just get this done.
to? Okay, welcome to What You've Been Up To, this section where we tell you...
You can't say that. Hello. You sound like a computer.
What's wrong with
You
that?
typed it into Google and it's just repeating what
Oh,
you
mate, you're
said.
upsetting me today. Welcome to What You've Been Up To. I'm going to go... Who are we going with first? Let's do Mark,
Oh, fuck.
because he was pointing at me.
uh,
I don't even know if I'm going to do mine yet, so just let's do you first. You've definitely got one, right?
yeah, I've just been, this week, I've been catching up on a couple pilot episodes. 2, I've done Mayans, which is Kurt Sutter's new TV series after... Well, he done Sons of Anarchy.
You're a big fan of that one.
I loved Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. And then he done another one, which I watched one episode and thought it was proper wank, so I didn't bother. And now they brought Mayans out, which
Explain it. What sort of time frame is this?
this is after the events or what happened in Sons of Anarchy. So if if you've seen the Sons of Anarchy, you know what happens. It's kind of after there, and it kind of straight away opens up with a dead crow on the floor and a Mayans bike runs over
Oh, that's
it.
quite symbolic, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's kind of like, there we go. Here, this is where we're going straight away. They do kind of bring Sam Crow into it at one point, and you don't recognise half the
What's Sam
characters.
Sons of Anarchy Motorcycle. What's the? I don't know. Can I just ask Ollie? Did you like the end of that series? Sons of
I didn't. I stopped watching it because I felt it just got really depressing. Yeah, and like you sort of felt
like
angry,
the end,
depressed while you're watching it. It's like
The last
fuck
episode's
this.
proper depressing.
Yeah, so I thought, what am I watching it for? And I stopped. Okay.
I did think.
Did you miss Charlie Hunnam in this series?
Yeah, the problem is it's hard to tell straight away because obviously I've only watched one episode.
Well, okay.
No, and you don't really know any characters. You kind of this one's because originally Sons of Anarchy is done from Charlie Hunnam's character, whose dad, his dad's dead, but his dad was the leader of the Sam Crow. But this mind is the prospect who's joined, and they're kind of getting him to do stuff, and they're talking about like crossing the Mexican border, little drugs smuggling and shit like that. So it starts off, and you kind of learn a little bits about the characters, not enough to.
Well, you say you don't know because it's one episode. Is it enough to make you want to watch the next
I'd
episode?
watch the next one.
There you go. That's all you need.
And I'll see how we go. I think that the only downfall I feel like where he tanked with his last series, he's gone. Well, people like Sons of Anarchy.
Gone for a safe bet.
Yeah, go for a safe bet. People are going to watch it because they enjoyed what I'd done with that.
What was the other gangs? There was the Aryan Brotherhood, wasn't there? Did they show up?
Yeah, what in there?
Because they were good storylines. There was the Sam Crow, there was the Mayans, and there was this.
So in this, you've got Sam Crow, you've got the Mayans, and you've got not New Zealand, Hawaiian kind of people. What are they? New Zealandy kind
Maoris.
of Maoris, yeah,
No,
like them,
in New
not
Zealand,
Maoris, something like that.
There's some parts of New Zealand they recommend people don't go to because of the gangs.
Yeah, but they got kind of like these different gangs and different areas. So you've got these new areas, new people, and there's confrontations that happen.
Is the main guy good? The main character, the prospect?
Yeah, I think he's got potential. I think it kind of leading towards him being a bit of a snitch already.
Mate, this is what I said when we saw the trailer.
Yeah.
I wanted him to be undercover.
Yeah, so I think he's a little bit like trying to give intel on some cartel, but won't give intel because his brother's part of the Mayans as well, so he doesn't really want to give them away. So he's, it's already started like that straight away, and you kind of see a little bit of his backstory of where he had a girlfriend, but then it ends up going to jail for some crime. I'm not sure what he done.
Don't worry. Is it,
and come out. But it's definitely something that I think it's got potential.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely something maybe check out.
We have to wait.
I think there's a couple of out at the moment, only 2 out.
What's it on?
You're doing what I did to you. I don't know.
How long is it, Mark?
Yeah, about
How long
42
is each
minutes.
episode?
42 minutes. Yeah, no, it's definitely check out.
I'm like, beep, 22 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll tell Mark. I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, definitely. I know. I'm just going to say one thing about Lethal Weapon. Obviously, we had massive.
We're talking about the TV show. Right?
Yeah, the TV series, because obviously we had season 1 and 2 with, I think his name's Clay Crawford, and
Damon Wayans is great.
He got fired because of shit that happened on set, and he had an heated argument with Damon Wayans.
With, apparently.
Yeah, I think because he turns around and says it's because he's passionate with what he does. So yeah, they had an argument. Anyway, Sean William Scott's come into the series. Watched the first episode, and I think he does a good job. And I think I was quite surprised with the first episode because I thought it was going to really suck straight away because obviously they killed Riggs off.
Have you saw all the episodes so far? First series, okay.
And it did. First season was really good. Second season kind of sucked a little bit, and it was nowhere near as good.
Riggs is this sort of a damaged, suicidal character.
Yeah,
I really liked him in the first series.
Yeah, and it's a bit like in the second, and then because of shit happens, they kill him off.
So is Sean William Scott trying to be like him?
No, they kind of because there was speculation that he was going to be a relation, like a cousin or a brother.
Yeah,
but he's not. He's a bloke who's worked for CIA. And had some shit happen to him while he's in war. Comes back and he's a rookie kind of cop, and ends up.
He's an army vet.
Yeah, he kind of goes on to some case that Damon Wayans' character, Murdoch, is trying to find the killers of Riggs. Murdoch. Yeah. Murdoch. What did I say?
I should leave you alone.
Yeah, you should leave me alone. But yeah,
I think Murdoch's in 18.
One of those, all right? Yeah. Murdoch, fucking prick.
Murdoch.
I don't know. Anyway, their cases kind of connect, and that's how they become not friends, but like allies, and then eventually they become partners at the end, But they also kind of put in there going, look, Sean William Scott's character says, I know I've got big boots to fill.
Yeah.
but I'm not trying to fill his boots. And they're kind of saying to the
Yeah.
fans, we're not going to try to be the next Riggs. We're going to go somewhere different with this.
That's good.
And he's not too stupid. He's not crazy.
Sean William Scott, he's done a lot of shit. He's known as Stifler, but I love them Goon films.
Yeah.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, I like them.
Nothing films. Liev Schreiber was in them. I thought they were brilliant. The ice hockey.
Yeah.
So those, I'd definitely say check them both out. Give them a watch. And,
Yeah.
it always gives pilots a watch. And if you, as you say a bit earlier, if you can enjoy it, crack it on.
Yeah.
Watch more.
So that's what you've been up to. I'll go with you next, Ollie,
Okay.
because I can't even think of mine. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Firstly, I'm remembering listening to the pod last week. You claimed I was 5'6". I just sprung back to my memory.
Yeah, I forgot you listened.
In actual fact, I am 5'9". Okay.
Oh yeah.
Just to clarify that.
Mate, if you're 5'9", I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Let's get the attention
I'm
tape out. I have a
5'6".
note from my doctor. All right. All right. Anyway, moving on. Yeah.
Did we say 5'6"?
Yeah, he did.
I asked him how tall you were. He said,
Did I say you're 5'6"?
Yeah, it's like 5'6", 5'7".
Mate, you're talking to me. Look, everyone's 5 foot. Fucking giant to me.
Jesus, I need those 2 inches. Yeah, so I've been watching Fleabag, which is a comedy series, 6-part, 25-minute episode comedy
What's this
series. Well, that's why I'm sort of recommending it. It's just been put onto Prime.
Okay.
So it's a couple of years old.
this is a BBC series.
BBC
right?
series, yeah. So I think it still might be on iPlayer at the moment, but I've just caught my eye again because I watched it when it came out originally, but now it's on Prime, so a few more people get a chance to watch it now. But it's brilliant. It's something pretty original. So Phoebe,
What did we watch her in?
Solo, Star Wars. She was
Ah.
the
Oh, she.
robot.
Oh yeah, Phoebe Waller.
Oh yeah, the
Phoebe,
robot that I hate.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Yeah. So she.
You say comedy. I've seen it. It's great. It's way more than a comedy, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's dark. It's sort of no holds barred. I'd say there's no taboo subjects in it.
Yeah.
But
A lot of sex.
yeah, a lot of that, a lot of personal issues discussed, etc. But I think it's brilliant. She addresses the camera a lot throughout the whole time. So there's a backstory. She's kind of messed up. She's kind of broken, messed up. Doesn't know where she's going for life. She runs a cafe that no one ever comes to, or hardly ever comes to. The backstory that's always sort of underlying, linking through all the episodes, is that her best friend, who she opened a cafe with.
Can you? I don't know what you're going to say, but can you spoil it? What
No,
are you
because
gonna
it's pretty obvious from the first episode.
say? Okay, is it?
But what that?
Oh yeah, but not. Yeah, mate, I should shut
Not the reason.
No, yeah, carry
No,
on.
I'm not gonna tell
Mate,
you-
you're actually really good with spoilers. So
Okay, no, I'm not going to give the reason. But yeah, so her best friend is deceased.
Yeah,
and
okay.
and that's
So
throughout-
was her
throughout-
best friend.
pardon.
Was her best friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a best friend, yeah, okay. Yeah, so throughout the episode, she's constantly flashing back to moments she shared with her and things that jog her memory about that. But then she's got a dysfunctional family. Her mum's not around anymore. Her mum's passed away as well. So you've got her dad and you've got the stepmum, who's Olivia Colman, who's brilliant.
She's great.
Yeah,
She's a baddie.
and they've got a real sort of passive-aggressive kind of
fucking hate it,
relationship
yeah.
where they're, oh, Smiley, hello dear, but
Yeah.
they hate each other.
Okay.
And there's a real tension in that. All the
I'm
way
like
through.
that at work.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
with a lot of people.
And it's so that's brilliant. No, that's kind of, and it's really awkward in places. It makes you feel uncomfortable, but it's
So is this one
fucking fun.
series?
One series, yeah. And it's
How long
really
is it?
fucking
How many
funny stuff.
episodes? When's
I did this already, actually. You're not
6
paying attention.
episodes.
6 episodes, about 25 minutes an episode.
Have you seen it, Mark?
No.
Mate,
Yeah.
you should. You'd like
Yeah.
it.
So there's only one series completed. That's it. They've not done no more.
that's it.
Not planning to do any more.
No, I think that was a couple of years ago. I think that was it. It was breakthrough.
She's in films now. So
Yeah.
I
okay.
guess
I think
she
it-
won't go back.
I think it finishes
Okay.
after 6 episodes.
Okay.
It ties off, so you're happy where it finishes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Short
but-
and sweet. That's what I like.
Yeah, but it's something different.
Yeah.
You got people addressing the camera stuff and other things before, like The Office, where he has little glances down there. But her,
Will
literally,
Smith.
she'd be mid-conversation like we are, and then she go, "Oh yeah," little things like
okay.
that, flick to the camera,
But
and
you think in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air it's better than that.
Okay.
it's brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah. She's like the failed daughter. She's got a sister who's very successful.
very straight-laced, very almost OCD.
And you say about her coffee shop that's failing. There's a great scene where she's sort of waiting for this guy to order, and he's just plugging in all his appliances.
Yeah.
Isn't he, to charge his devices? And she's going, not like fuck off, but buy something. She's
Yeah.
like, can I get you anything? No, I'm okay. It's just plug it. I love it. It's
Yeah.
something as simple as
Cheeky
that.
bastard.
There's just lots of really weird, and I think the sister's almost one of the best things in it.
She's
She
great.
starts off really, but she has little sort of really sort of comedic moments, and it's so well acted. It's so genuine. You really feel the connection to characters, but also it's so quite mental.
I like this a lot of the sexual humour coming from a female point of view.
Yeah, that's
I love
really
it because not spoiling nothing. The first scene of the film is my arsehole too big or something like that. I remember. I think
it's not. You're not going to sit down with your parents and watch it.
Okay.
It's an anal sex joke. It's great.
Yeah. But it's fantastic. I think it's completely different to anything that was out there. And it kind of went under the radar when it first came out, and we got a lot of critical, a lot of sort of praise after the event. But yeah, really worth checking out. Like I said, it's not a massive commitment time-wise, and it's different to anything probably you'll have seen before.
Amazon Prime, and you can watch them all at once.
All at once, yeah. I think they're all up on iPlayer as well, actually.
Okay, great. That'd be good. I look forward to checking it out. I like a bit of a British comedy. And so
I think one of my favourite scenes, just in case you do watch it, I think it's episode 2, where with her boyfriend who she keeps splitting up with and getting back to because it's a safe bet, and he's a bit of a wet blanket. Okay. Yeah, and he says, I think we should surprise each other every day. And she comes back and he's made a lovely meal laid out on the table, and he's in the shower, so she goes and wraps her. I'm not going to spoil it, but she surprises him in the shower, and his reaction is just fucking. I was just cracking up.
He's a little bit of an Eddie Redmayne character.
Yeah, definitely, very much so.
No, I thought you were talking about the other boyfriend with the teeth who takes the dildo.
Oh, Jamie Dimitri. Yeah. There's quite a few cameos. There's Doc Brown is in it.
The Doc Brown bit at the sort of wellness retreat.
Yeah,
it's for the. She goes to another one, didn't she?
She and her sister get gifted a retreat where there's sort of like a weekend. They're not as taught silent. They've got to be silent the whole time and do chores, and it's about bringing yourself back to reality.
There's another house, isn't there? Which is the opposite.
Literally next door.
These men, I think they just want to abuse women, right?
Or they've had trouble with the opposite sex, with women, and they're just getting out of their anger, so just shouting at mannequins, "Fuck off, you slag!" So you got the silent retreat next to these guys, and it's quite a juxtaposition. But it's funny, very very funny.
Sounds good. I'll definitely check it out. So on Prime, 6 episodes, brilliant. Thank you.
Shall I ask myself what I've been up to? Because I'm getting very sad that no
one. Can I do it?
You can't really.
Adam, what have you been up to?
It's wrong anyway.
That's the point.
Oh. 20 to 1 in the morning.
Jesus, man.
Oh, man.
This is well quick. I was going to do Maniac on Netflix because it's fucking brilliant. It's probably going to be my favourite show of all time because it just looks amazing. But I haven't watched enough of it to review.
I had to speak so fast.
But I want to go to bed. Hilda, also on Netflix. It's following in the lines of what you did, Final Space, Dragon Prince. There's some good animation on there. Is Cupcake and Dino.
Oh, I love Cupcake and Dino.
That's another funny one we should talk about. Anyway, Hilda, I wish I was her. She lives in the wilderness. It's a cartoon that you told me looks a bit like Steven Universe. My favourite cartoon, apart from SpongeBob. It does look a bit like that. Okay. It reminds me of...
It's from a comic, isn't it?
Is it?
This show, yeah.
I don't know, mate.
It's based off a best-selling graphic novel or comic.
It reminds you of...
It reminds me of Steven Universe. Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
If that was animated, this is what it would look like.
Oh, okay.
It looks great. The lighting is amazing because you look at her. I think she's got green hair. This character. I'm proper colourblind because Sarah said my wife said it was blue hair, and they even mentioned her blue hair in it. So I know I'm colourblind.
Mate, we see what clothes you're wearing, so we know.
So I mean that. Jeremy Saulnier's black and white film, that's great. Which is it's about this kid called Hilda. It's just her mum and her in the woods. It's Scandinavian, right? Because they got fjords and rock trolls. So it reminded me when I went to Iceland.
I've not been to Iceland, so
I'm looking at you for geography.
Fucking hell, fucking done shit geography.
It's really good. It's quite scary, like the spooky stories. Every story is like they're going to a graveyard or something. Some sort of ghost.
It is odd. I've watched the first episode, so I did think it's kind of odd.
Mate, you should carry on. Did you?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, the kids watched it. Anna watched 2 episodes, but I was doing dinner or something. So,
okay.
But it's like that little bloke walks in, putting logs in the fire, and just lays down. It's just like
Woodman. He's not explained, and he's quite freaky looking, right?
Yeah, he's got hollow eyes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's all based on folklore from like Scandinavia. I don't know, or they just made it up. But it's funny. But yeah, she has to. I'm spoiling it for you now, Mark. She has to leave the wilderness because a fucking what do you call it? Giant. Yeah, it's definitely Scandinavian. It's frost.
Yeah, but people keep turning up, don't they? I know that bit. I understand that they fuck off because
the giant treads in her house. So they moved to the city, and it just reminded me when I was a kid because she joins like the Sparrows. I think it's like Scouts, which is what I did when I was little. And it just made me think. She tries to make friends when she first gets there. Pressure from her mum, and she hangs around with the kids. First kids she sees, and they end up lugging rocks at birds. But then it just reminded kids. I mean, people took the piss out of us in Scouts, right? But at least we did something.
Yeah.
Because all the other kids didn't do nothing, and they ended up, like lugging rocks at cats and shit. So I'm so glad I had Scouts. It made me appreciate watching this. And they're just a little adventure every week, and it's always really different and always really weird. And I recommend it for kids and adults.
The drawing's really different. Like there's things flying through the sky, and I was like, what? They look like seamen. I don't know.
Yeah, they're
seamen. What are
they? Yeah. So there's massive penises off screen.
Yeah.
So
floating about.
They're called wafts.
Wafts.
They're like tadpoles in the sky, massive.
See what I mean? You can see what I'm...
Wafts. There's trolls. There's these little onion people. Oh, do you know they're all British, aren't they? Pretty much. Do you know Uncle? The series Uncle?
Yeah, it's the sister.
It's the sister.
Yeah. I thought my wife
that's
was
the
that.
voice of the mum. And do you remember that little? Mate, I'm terrible at Game of Thrones names. The little girl, Mormont.
Yeah,
she's a bit of a badass.
Yeah, who everyone sort of respects. She talks up in the meetings and stuff. She's about
that's
10.
the main character. That's Hilda. Mate, I really think she sounds like your girl. She's got that sort of voice, or maybe she will end up sounding like that when she's a bit older.
Okay.
Great series. She doesn't end up hanging around with those bird killing.
Yeah.
There's a massive bird in it, Thunderbird. There's giants. There's old giants, new giants.
There's little. Is that
elves?
Elves that sit on her shoulder.
Yes,
is it throughout the whole thing?
He hangs around. He's great. I don't know who he's voiced by, but elves are obsessed with paperwork and contracts.
It's like this big.
It goes into proper agreements and.
Because he's talking, isn't he, at the beginning in the first episode, and she's like, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Look behind your ear."
Yeah, you'll find that they all look great.
Yeah, it's different,
and the style is very pretty. Yeah, that's me for that.
Sounds good. I'll be checking out. How many episodes is there?
13.
13, cool.
I think, they're 24 minutes long.
That's not
bad.
bad.
I remember that for you.
You're learning each week.
So watch that, Hilda on Netflix. Mark, will you?
Lethal Weapon. You check it out, and Mayans.
Yeah.
Kurt Sutter.
And Olly.
Fleabag.
On Prime. Okay, nice one.
Great.
Okay, right. Next week, everyone, it is
Venom.
Yeah, which Mark, you said you don't see it.
No. My wife said to me, "Babe, the kids want you to dress up for Halloween." I sent you a Venom costume. I was like, "I'm not dressed up as Venom."
That's an expensive outfit, isn't it? Venom.
No, it's some shit one.
You could pull off Uncle Fester pretty well.
Thanks, mate. I could do that. Darken my eyes.
Kojak.
Long black
Vin
jacket.
Diesel.
Yeah. Thanks.
So you do want to see this film, even though it's been...
No, I'd watch it. PG? It's PG-13 supposedly. I'm really hoping it comes out and it comes out as an 18 and everyone's like, what the fuck? Hold on a minute.
It's an alien parasite that eats people.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a PG.
It's friendly for kids.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that's next week's special.
Well, it's not
treat.
Yeah. It's a review we do every week.
Yeah.
Venom next week.
Yes.
And how can people get in contact?
As always, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Tuesday Brewcast. You can also check our website at tuesdaybrew.com, where you can stream and download our podcast. You'll find us on iTunes, Google Play Music, Google Podcast, and Spotify. You can also find me at Loki Amos.
I'm at Mr. Tyler Solze.
At O Whitefoot.
Yeah, check us out, have a listen, give us a thumbs up, 5-star ratings, and look forward to speaking to you or hearing from you next week. I don't know.
We're speaking to him.
Yeah, we speak to you. I always interact with people. Anyway.
Oh, I want social media.
Yeah, social media.
Yeah, I'm terrible at that. Social media is the.
We had a while back. We done Predator. A while back, a couple of weeks ago.
Comments?
No, I did put on Twitter about a poll for Olly's question, which was who would win in a fight out of Sylvester. Not Sylvester. Like,
it was Arnie.
Arnie, yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Agent Brody,
Danny Glover,
and
Boyd Holbrook.
Yeah.
What did we get?
And we had, I think, something like 87% or something saying Arnie, and the rest was Brody.
One,
Yeah. So
you won that.
Brody came second. So yeah, I know my shit. You guys don't. Until next week, I'm Logan.
See you later.
Bye.